Anyways.
That was a lot.
Yeah. It's fine. Welcome back.
Hello, Zach.
Send help.
You know, that's fine. There's also, imagine, the realization, because Harx probably knows a bit more about dragons than most of you because of his tie with, like, Abos and stuff. I don't think it would take long for it to click of, oh, that's one of Mason's uncles.
We're fine. Nothing to worry about. Nothing to see here.
Sure.
Yeah, at least would have had the description, at least like, oh, this one was a white dragon, this one was this, and stuff. I imagine that was information given on, like, when they needed to save the dragons, anyways.
Mm-hmm.
Is it, you know, look at it. Actually, I think the only one that would have gotten a good look at him out of your group, because I don't think anybody mentioned this when they were describing some of them. Remember his eyes have that strange look to him.
Yeah, because of the shadows.
Yeah, Reyan, when he came up to ask Mihi about it and stuff, yeah. Shadowfell.
Yep. I swear, this one event is going to make Reyan way more curious about what the hell happened back in the day.
Yeah. It was mentioned to save certain dragons from the Shadowfell.
Mm-hmm.
And then I can almost imagine the hour-long tirade that is like, so you know what Cred did? Dread die.
To be fair, Cam has been nice about a lot of things and not gone off about stuff that went down.
Oh, she did at one point, though.
Yes, she did.
So as far as not ready to die, good.
Yeah. What are they all doing? Zarvas is probably, like, making sure people are comfortable, unless Reyan still wants to talk to him.
Reyan's still trying to wrap around, trying to figure out what the hell he's gonna do. It was recommended, like, hey, take some time and talk to him if you get the chance. And Reyan's like, okay, I don't know how, but okay.
Papa.
It might be a bit much for the 19-year-old to suddenly hear, but you know, I don't think everybody's Harx who wants to just reveal it.
He did it intentionally.
Reyan's trying to be so careful, because, especially right now, because he knows this is pre-togetherness.
Yeah.
You say the wrong thing, they're like, well, fuck, I suddenly don't exist, technically.
Ow. Ow.
Like I said, if anything, it'll probably just change how they got together.
Yeah.
Versus, it won't necessarily change existence. It might change, like,
Time frame.
racial issues. Yeah, time frame, racial things like that.
Mm-hmm.
But, yeah. Because you were born a few years later. There's still a few years of gap.
Yeah.
It can be worked
Yeah.
Unfortunately, and I'm 12!
with.
What the hell happened?
I'm gonna have to repeat puberty from the beginning.
You know what's fun about this, by the way? Reyan, you gotta make sure Zarks don't die.
Trust me, he's aware of the fact that he's like, I gotta make sure that these people stay alive, and
You gotta
like,
make sure neither of them die.
yeah, he trust me. There's a lot going through his head, all at once.
It's fine. Yeah, he's probably honestly trying to keep, like, any children calm that ended up here. Just like...
Mhm.
I don't know what he'd be doing. Probably actually be, like, having a few of them sitting with him or something. While he's, like, drawing. Sounds like something Zarvis would do.
Yeah.
He did like children.
He did.
He just kind of lets them do what they're doing as kids do, just climb on him and whatever.
Probably after making sure everybody else had their, like, hey, here's what I need you to go do, I think. Go. He might wander over there. See if he can't help, just because there's probably a few of them.
Yeah, like, you did have less than a day to evacuate an entire city. Anybody that they couldn't actually get out, they brought here.
Yeah.
And it was probably more people that were more towards the center of the city.
Yeah.
Because it was a short notice, like, okay, how, we only have so many boats, like, what do we do?
Yeah.
So most likely they prioritized anybody closest to the docks. And then anybody on the other side of that city, they, instead of having them travel, because that's almost more dangerous, considering the next plane over
Yeah.
was the Great Waste.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's fine.
They felt it was probably safer to just bring them in.
Yeah, probably. Also, Reyan's probably more used to babysitting than anything.
It's fair. At some point, I feel like Sawyer would probably land on the roof to rest, because after flying for a few hours, it would need to be required. If he doesn't want to use up all the strength. Most likely, like, perched up on one of the towers or something. With Mihi still probably following him around.
Well, she would continue to just fly around.
There's this instant relief that she didn't follow him. As he, like, watches her.
Just imagine if you said there were people on the roof that could possibly see him, right?
Harx is up there. You don't know if the others are actually up there. Amos knows Ace was up there at one point,
imagining him landing, and there's, like, the equivalent of the dragon with twitchy eyebrow.
Essentially, or just, like, that exasperated head hang, like, He doesn't like expending a lot of energy. He was still pretty lazy at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah. Most likely he's acknowledged you're up there, Harx, but he hasn't actually, like, actively tried to stare at you or anything like that. Most likely just keeping his head up to look around. Yeah.
There's time.
Anybody have any conversations with people? Nice thing, Mihi, is you're in a place that is very much a celestial type place, so a lot of people, locals, do speak it here.
Who should I annoy? Who all is, like, relatively outside-ish at the moment?
Outside? You probably see, like, the leader in their group kind of helping gather people, because it's still the middle of the night. So they're still trying to make sure everybody's out of their homes and stuff like that. Technically, Ruby's group is not outside yet. I just moved them out there, and then you see, like, the moon dogs. Which are also darting through the city, escorting people back.
So she more or less understands that the moon dogs are weird creatures that are okay with petting. They're
guardians of some sort, yeah.
She sees no reason to bother them because she understands they are pettable and friendly. That's all she needs from them. God, who? Okay, so with that group, who?
By technicality, it would be Harx, Sawyer, and then this little group out here would be the ones that would eventually be out patrolling.
Who is weird enough for her to annoy right now? The big flappy thing already growled at her, so that's probably a no.
He doesn't bite much. You can make a perception to see if you spot like fucking Ace, but I don't know if you can talk to him.
Sure.
Oh no.
3.
No. Those 3 have dis-a-fucking-peered for you.
Yeah, she might flap down to exist near Harx for a little bit.
There. I feel like Sawyer's watching her as she flies down, like, don't come near me.
Yeah. Just kind of weird. I forget what the sitting position is called, but like basically we're sitting on the leg thing. Kind of like kneel that. Just like that, there for a bit. Or she refer to him as. Because she knows it's a person. She knows she's seen it as a person. part. Just randomly at some point going like, I don't think they like me.
Dragons are not known. Okay. Sorry, I had to stretch on my knee and I just kind of sat away from my mic for a second. Dragons are not known. How would he word this? Because he's been around Dax and Amos.
They're not the most social unless unless they trust people.
Yeah. Dragons are not the most social beings. Unless they trust you or sorry, I just
I saw that.
Oh boy.
Sorry, I'm just watching numbers. All of you are all nines for me there for a second.
Yeah.
So I was getting a little worried about connection. Not very, not to trust you or actually comfortable around you. That one in particular, I would recommend just leaving him be.
Dragon. Okay. Dragon.
Once we get back, I can point you in the direction of 2 other dragons that you may speak to gather information from.
Do they all sometimes look like people?
Quite often, actually.
I see.
See him staring down the other side of the tower at something. Like, he looks like he's looking at something.
That's fair.
Oh, Dice Fire.
Oh, there I am.
Goodbye.
Ay, ay, ay. Everything broke.
When suddenly Aspire had the blue circles of doom.
Yeah.
Listen, I don't know what's going on.
He seems to be looking down at something on the other side of the tower that you guys can't see around.
Is there like a little ledge that goes around it?
Essentially, that's probably how he's perched up there.
He's running ledge puck. Just start wandering that direction.
There, it does float.
Oh, that'll work. Just float around to see if, so that he can attempt to look through its eyes to see. Because, you know, yeah. Just curious what he's staring at.
What he's staring at is a very curious being.
Oh no.
Who is kind of crawled up to the ledge and is just looking up at him now.
Harx just kind of nods and just just has Puck just prepared to him.
Yeah.
Like,
he doesn't seem to be aggressive. They're just kind of like... They're not really talking. Just like, what are you kind of mentality. Jack's probably has not seen one of the dragons up close like this until this point. To be fair. He sees them as weird images. Which gives you the hint that Ace probably is not far.
Yeah.
Or the other one. They don't seem to wander too far away from each other from what you could tell. Based on the earlier encounter. I feel like he like picks up Jack with his tail and just like puts him on the ground. Like, no.
You know.
Which only makes him like still like tilt his head and just keep staring, but he's on the ground now.
You know.
Yeah, after maybe about an hour of Mihi being here, she'll flap off.
Okay.
Her coffee break being concluded. Right now, that's all she needs to get her arcane recoveries back, so fuck it.
I figure.
Fair. Well, that's really odd. He's still kind of hanging around.
Oh.
Some way he probably like sits and kind of looking down at the ground area. Over the edge or something.
I'm just gonna put her over here that she's flapped out somewhere.
There. So what conversation do you have, Reyan? He's like got a few kids climbing up on him and stuff. wanting to look at the drawings.
Kind of smiles a little bit. How long have you been doing that?
That was about 5.
Jeez.
It's a bit therapeutic.
Can imagine. I'm guessing stuff has been a little stressful recently. Kind of just taps right near his neck. Not necessarily wanting to talk about it openly with the kiddos right now, but...
How do you react to this? He wasn't very good at hiding his feelings just yet.
Nah.
That's right, it's only been like barely a couple days since that happened at this point.
It was really recent.
Kind of reaches up and looks down while he touches his neck. Yeah.
What exactly have you all been up to that got you all involved in this?
we kind of were just thrown into it. I started helping out Ruby. Kind of nod over to the cat lady who's come down with Jax at this point. And that's when we found out what was going on with a lot of things. I guess we just decided to keep going and help.
That's impressive.
Eh. I guess? I just smiled and rubbed his head. Like, yeah, because they just kind of did keep going with the flow. They never really actually, like, why are we doing this again?
No, it literally was like, well, we've already done ABC, might as well do E.
Yeah, E, F, and D.
Yeah. Like, we already know what happened with ABC. These people over here don't know what happened, so they need us to tell them what happened and help them deal with this.
Yeah.
It was the connecting thread throughout everything.
Yeah. And, I mean, he kind of looks at his group. Most of us didn't even meet till a few weeks ago.
Really?
It's hard to believe a lot of that event happened in like
all
that stuff happened in like 2 months.
I know.
Yeah, they sort of saved my life.
Wow.
Oh, assassination attempts aren't that unusual. He kind of just casually looks back at the book and keeps drawing.
That's... You know, I wish I could say that was the worst thing I've heard today.
Shut up, phone.
See, I'm trying to filter through a million questions he probably has that he'd want to ask in the... There are kids around right now. He's not entirely sure which ones to press for at the moment.
Oh, if he can get him away from him, that's a different story.
Yeah. So you said most of you hadn't met?
He nods. Kinda... You won't even look up, but he'll point over in Prey's direction, like with his pencil or something. She and I grew up together.
Pretty sure that's when he clicks who that is.
Yeah.
So, are you too close then?
He goes silent for a moment.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually, like, his pencil stops when he's asked that. I'm not really sure anymore.
Why not?
Let's just say something happened recently.
And I'm guessing there hasn't been time?
Taps the side of his neck.
Ah.
It wasn't her fault, but that didn't necessarily mean it didn't cause strain.
I don't mean to be that kid. Have you talked to anybody about it?
I talked to Mara over there. She's been kind of helping me cope with it a little. Not a lot of motion while he's talking. He hasn't looked up from the book at all.
Yeah. Player's trying to decide when he'd insight, trying to gauge, like, how close to a line he's pushing here.
I mean, he's not really going into any detail, and that hasn't been super pushed, so...
Yeah, and that's mostly because, number one, Reyan's like, that's not my place to be that person, and secondly, there are kids around. She's trying to handle this delicately, in a way.
Yeah, some of them have probably wandered off to the doggies. There's still a couple of them around, but some of them wandered off to, like, the dogs or, like, anima. The, you know, animals, yay!
Yeah.
Mainly because Zara's quit paying attention to them.
Somehow.
Now, I've heard people, even some people with fiber, had issues depending on their provider.
Yeah, honestly, I'm surprised I don't, seeing as I'm always on the internet. Whee! At some point, it's gonna catch fire.
My phone might randomly go off. It's the manager's messages that are going, by the way.
Ah, fair.
It's okay. Yeah, so there's only a couple of them still around at this point.
I figured out what he was going to do during the drop.
Oh
no. We're moving from one touchy subject to another. It's fine.
Oh no.
Because Reyan is technically... Okay. Just gonna do the thing and move on. Okay. Actually, do you mind if I ask for advice?
Look up at him. Sure.
I'm still new to kind of motions to his holy symbol, but... And I haven't done something like this before. The last time we did anything, me and my friends, the last time we did anything, it was kind of my first fight, and I don't know. How do you handle it?
Kind of smiles. Before I met them, I didn't really fight either. So you can say I don't necessarily handle it, I just kind of do it. Although, I think the goal is just to keep my friends alive. For me. They've all been pretty kind to me, so I want to just make sure they keep on living.
He nods. You all seem pretty close, in a sense. At least from outside perspective, I might be reading it completely wrong.
I think. We grew surprisingly close very quickly. Fate's weird like that, you know?
My, mother did not like fate too much.
I have one of those. He looks over at Cam. It's like, oh, good. So it wasn't something that just changed. No, she was always like that. Good to know.
Yeah.
He's gonna kind of glance at the kids around him, and he's going to point, and he's just gonna cast like a random light spell, so they all run, so it gets them distracted, so they all kind of run off towards the big shiny glowy ball.
Yeah.
He smiles.
Nice trick.
Get the job done sometimes. It's not hard to distract children.
No, it's not. I know this is going to sound strange coming from some kid you just met, but are you alright?
I'll be fine.
Will be is a future tense.
Well, there are some more pressing matters than to worry about how I feel right now.
Sound like a lot of people I know. Take that as a warning, not a compliment.
Well, something I was taught at a young age. When you lead something, or you're part of something bigger than yourself, sometimes you have to put your personal feelings aside and make a decision. Sounds like advice. It sounds very similar to like advice Caleb's probably given you.
The pretty wise, honestly, in some circumstances.
Responsibility comes with a price.
That have to be your well.
Hmm?
Does that price have to be your well-being?
Kinda takes a second to think about it. Not necessarily, but most leaders, if they actually care about others, will sacrifice that. At least in my experience, that's what I've seen. He's kind of watching, like, Ruby.
Mm-hmm. You were in leadership then?
No. My father was, though. That's how I got to know some of these people. Jackson's dad is in the same situation. Kind of nods towards him.
So that explains why you two seem close.
Do we seem that close? You get like curious look.
I mean, he came up and threw an arm around your neck. Seemed to treat you like a brother.
I guess he does, huh? Probably what Jack said of like, oh, he's a little oblivious at times.
Yeah.
We're pretty young. You didn't quite get this hint yet in your life. Oh my god, that's gonna be going off for so long, isn't it?
Oh no! He at least seems to care about you, and I doubt you would put up with that if you didn't care about him.
Oh.
I guess so. He seems to be kind of processing that.
Mission accomplished! Sorry, I'm being nosy.
You're fine. Stressful situation. It's kind of nice to have a bit of a conversation.
It's kind of nice to know someone else kind of like me exists. Not exactly, but...
Wonder if they could get here on time.
Hmm?
Hey Cam, come here.
Alright, I'll be right back. Everything alright?
To this point, you guys were aware of Gladius, right? If I remember right. I think because of Ace.
So. Yeah, at least Amos has mentioned them before.
I remember right,
like
or was this before that?
It might
I don't know before that because I don't remember.
Trying to think. I know you guys didn't meet like Lucky and them until later.
Until Arcadia, which wasn't too much longer after this, but it was long enough.
Yeah. Trying to think of if they know of any allies at this point that they could possibly call to help.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, no, we definitely could meet Lucky and them yet. That was Arcadia.
Yeah, that's what we were saying.
My brain was just piecing together.
But I almost knew about Lucky before they got there.
Yeah.
Right, journaly thing. Journal?
No, Amos knew that because of showman stuff.
Yeah.
Right, gotcha. Okay.
He's gonna stand up. Probably not gonna like what I'm gonna request.
Gives him a look.
You wanna see if our creepy bat friends from are nearby?
Oh, gods.
They love Ace. They both look like they love Ace. Just be nice to the showman. Just try not to.
The only reason I'm going to be nice is she'll wave her hand in the air and like
Kara,
music notes.
Go to bed. Give me a second while you're.
All good. 25 words. Getting the showman and nonsense. This is fine. Also, Drag, you are muted.
And not technically a part of the conversation.
Oh, fair.
Spooky.
This was also before everybody knew Amos was a little bit closer, so this makes sense.
What happened?
I just remembering things going like, okay, would Cam recommend Amos do it? But no, they don't know Amos is actually closer than they know yet.
Yeah.
They don't know that yet.
It was still like the beginning of their relationship, I guess.
But yeah, Cam just waves a hand and a couple of music notes float off, and she's going to go, Showman, any chance you're nearby?
Two minutes goes by, there's no answer. Roll me
Oh god.
a perception with disadvantage?
Oh. Come here. Okay. For Cam?
Yeah.
Okay.
Don't worry about, like, stat changes, because I don't even remember what level you guys were at this point.
Hey, that's the same. No, that's not the same number. No, that is the. No, that's a different number. Okay. It looked like the same number. Cam, come here. I'm pretty sure. I'll at least take the expertise away, because I don't think she got that at that point.
Okay.
So, disadvantage?
Yeah.
24?
Okay. Still doesn't beat his stuff.
Yeah, it was close enough.
You hear a voice very close to your ear. Need something?
Die!
Because he kind of just appears. He lets the invisibility wear off as he says it.
It's trying not to laugh.
Probably use some. He's kind of just watches Cam. Could probably use some help with the situation. Ace thinks for a moment. And what do I get out of this?
Am I back?
Yes.
Okay. Everything froze for a second. Sorry, what'd I miss?
Oh, Zarvas asked him, you know, if he could help, and then
Okay.
Ace like, well, what do I get out of it?
What do you want?
What do you got to offer? I don't do things for free, sweetheart. He says as he later helps Amos out. I was saying he says that as he later helps Amos.
Alright.
So I'm guessing we can expect already one favor for something from recently? She doesn't know Reyan knows about the situation.
Right, does Reyan even know? Like, it's been mentioned, but has it actually clicked that Ace was the one who turned him into a vampire?
I don't think... He knows that Ace helped at some point. I don't know... Probably at this point, could I roll an intelligence to see if it kind of all, like, goes, oh...
Yeah, because all that's been said is probably that Ace saved Zarvas' life.
Yeah, but we're gonna do this one. That's not good. Why can you not? Okay. That's only a 6.
No.
I can't.
What do you mean? I helped with the kindness of my black heart.
I'm pretty sure you just said that you don't do things for free.
No. But to be fair, I could just give him an order and he'll do it.
Just kind of looks at Zarvas like, you wanted to call him?
He looks exhausted just listening to this. I just... Please don't do that. I'd like to keep my senses in check. Just shrugs. It'd be kind of fun, just to see what I can make you do, but I'll be nice for now. What? I've never had a minion before. Leave me alone. Now it probably clicks.
Yeah. Reyan's just going to stare at the situation and try not to react too harshly. Because
knowing Ace as well as you do, though, you probably realize he's just fucking with them a lot. He likes to push a button, and when he finds something that bothers somebody, he will push that button.
Yeah. You already know what we have to offer. You've been stalking us.
Yes, I have. I mean, I could do the simple offer if I could have a one-night stand with you, lovely lady.
Reyan just turning red over there and face palming.
Sorry. Just glances over. There are children present. And? What's your point? He's at a curious age. Let him have his thing.
Not that curious. If you wanted to have a one-night stand, you could have had that at any point.
Yes, but the one I've been flirting with has keep denying my advances. No context.
The raised eyebrow.
Wait, which one have you been flirting with? There's a lot of options here.
Yeah. In Celestial Service, have you picked up on anything? Is it you or is it someone else?
I can't understand you.
You're annoying.
I know. That might help. We'll see. It depends on my mood.
Could your mood be at least a little bit generous? This once. You want us to live? All of us? Including your new little minion here?
I mean... you guys are interesting. I could do without the depression as he stares at Zara's. It just rubs his head and looks away like,
Cam giving a side glance at Zarvis like, we're gonna talk.
Masters can feel the emotions of their minions.
Yeah.
Give me a second, the internet's being wonky.
I see this. Hey.
My tits, internet. Please, I don't want to go out there and reset it. Ugh. Anyways, well, while we're waiting for the internet to calm itself, how is everybody? What little the stream can hear. Oh, Jesus. Never mind.
Oh, no. Oop. I was gonna die laughing, but that worked.
No. It's a fact there.
I love that.
I think we're okay now.
Woo.
I'll let you know. He kind of pulls out a deck and starts shuffling it. Turns around to walk away.
You all have interesting friends.
Yeah.
I would not call him friend.
I mean, he's not all bad.
He just looks at him.
He didn't have to save me.
Don't remind me. Also, hi, sorry, I'm Cam. Nice to meet you. Reyan, hi. He just looks at Zerus. Are all of you clerics just shy?
No. I don't think so, at least.
Alright. I'm going to go make sure I'm not needed somewhere, and you, pokes Zervis in the chest, need to rest. I don't care whatever has changed. If you need to talk.
I kind of can't sleep anymore, Cam.
I know you can't sleep anymore, but rest.
Yes, ma'am.
So please come find me if you need to talk.
If we have some time, maybe.
Alright. Boy. Just wanders back off. She's, a lot.
Yeah, she can be. You get used to it, though.
In the back of his head, he's just like, yeah, apparently very used to it.
You ended up with her, of course you're used to it. I grew up with that, of course I'm used to it too.
Yeah. He's doing a weird comparison in his brain. He's like, no, that definitely seems about right.
Yeah. Who was the one really in charge? Cam. Because if Zarvis did anything that she considered stupid, there was a lot of scolding.
It was her only way to express her absolute terror.
Fair. I think he kind of eventually understood that.
Yeah.
We should probably start preparing.
Yeah, probably. I have no idea what I'm doing.
Kind of gauge the situation a little. Well, we don't have enough support to really keep people going, per se. Sorry.
You're good.
But, we do have enough to at least keep them alive. So spreading them out and having them pull people back and keeping them just enough so we can get them inside. Probably the best strategy.
Nods. Probably be good to have runners, I guess. Anyone that doesn't, I guess, have a job at this point. You can have them help drag people back if necessary.
Lova's got a scope she can use to keep an eye on things. She'll be able to point in directions of where to get people.
Probably need to keep an eye on anyone stubborn.
That describes our group pretty well, actually.
You know, I am gathering.
But a few of us can heal, so we should be okay.
Yes, but I'm actually going to agree with her. Rest is kind of important in these events.
I haven't really done anything strenuous. Smiles. I think we'll be alright. It's just staying focused. I think you'll do okay, kid.
I hope so.
Well, if it doesn't work out, sometimes you gotta think on your feet.
I suppose.
Have a little bit of faith in yourself. Don't be like me and have like questionable thoughts every once in a while if you're doing the right thing.
Well, it sounds like you guys are.
Who knows? If we'd known about this sooner, maybe we could have kept the Firefly from being so aggressive.
Playing the what ifs game tends to never end well.
And that's why you'll do fine. Miles.
You will too, you know.
I guess I've never really been much of the leader type. More follow. Which is what he did a lot in the beginning.
Yeah.
So it probably throws Reyan off that he was like, he never saw himself as that type? Wait.
Yeah. Just kind of tilts his head looking him over and goes, huh.
Hmm. What's up?
Just didn't think you were a follower.
I guess it's just a mentality I developed after a while.
A time like the present to adopt a new lifestyle.
I guess.
Plus, you've got a lot of people to kind of, help with that.
Yeah. He looks over. Got two free spirits, an angsty woman, and I guess I got one logical person on my side.
Oh god, this is while I was still using the scared little
Yeah.
voice trying to pretend to be someone he's not.
Yeah, that's why he's referenced it as intelligence.
Well, all else fails, there are plenty of actual leaders around here. And other people in your situation.
True. Kinda looks over at Ruby and Jax again. I could tell it's bothering him. They, right, they knew they were siblings at this point, didn't they?
It came out, yeah.
Yeah. He and his sister over there, Cray, they kind of lost their sorcery magic recently.
That can't be easy.
I think he's just trying to figure out what he can do. At least until we can get him back home.
Maybe you could use a friend to help him figure that out.
I see what you're doing.
Oh.
Yep.
I think I'll go check up and see what their plan is. He smiles at Reyan and he'll start to head over to talk to him, talk to Jackson Ruby. It's fine. I see what you did there.
Mission accomplished! Listen, Jax had a whole conversation. Jax and Rand had a whole conversation, and Rand's like, "Oh, I'm fixing that."
Yeah, it's fine. There was a lot of things that were never handled right by the party that might get fixed depending on how many personal conversations you guys have with people.
Yeah. Reyan just sighs and goes, oh, alright. Now what? He's probably gonna go find somebody from his party and go like, okay, I need, like, a break.
Yeah. Harx, while you're sitting up on the roof, Ace is fucking Ace. He probably just casually walked up the fucking building, to be fair, after going up.
Yeah.
And he goes and, like, sits by Jack, who's still kind of leaning over the side of it. I mean, they're talking. You can't hear what they're saying, but he's definitely having a conversation with Jack. As Dragon is, like, looking down at the new person again, like, why are all these people here? I came here to be alone. There's one person who wasn't bothering me, and now everybody's showing up. Oh. He actually might hop down and kind of wander more off to the distance, the other side of it.
You're like, oh, fuck this, I'm going over here.
Yeah. In the black space is the roof.
Oh, now look what you did. Now look what you did. You scared off the dragon.
Oh, I tend to have that effect on a lot of people.
Well, no, I think you just wanted to be alone.
I wasn't bothering him. I came here to speak with my friend.
Perfect. He's not exactly looking up. He's just kind of flipping through things and just kind of sitting there, scratching Puck on the head.
Why are you up here on the roof alone?
Great vantage point. It's nighttime. I see perfectly fine. So might as well keep an eye on everything.
Don't you need to sleep?
Eventually I do.
You're one of those. You're gonna sit up here all night, aren't you?
I may sleep up here. I don't see an issue with that. I'll be here when I'm needed to be up again.
You know, there are people who could stay awake and keep an eye out if you want sleep.
Absolutely correct, there are. I'm just up here right now.
You sure are stubborn.
Mhm.
Where'd you get that from?
I don't know. I feel like that's a product of how I was brought up. The visitors I had, the people I was around.
I see. That sounds like they taught you well.
Some would say that. Others would say the teachings were a bit insane.
Nothing wrong with being a little vigilant. Ain't that right, Jack? Jack just tilts his head. I guess? What are we talking about? It just pats him on the head. Don't worry about it. Where's the other one at? Chuck points down. You see Toby like leaning against the wall if you look down there near the door.
He looks over the edge. He kind of, because he was kind of leaned a bit, and kind of stands up and actually pulls that dagger from his belt and kind of rests it on the edge. I had a few good influences.
I see. It's definitely something they normally wouldn't give up.
Well,
Jack looks so confused. Like, you could tell even behind the mask that he's just confused because he can't actually see the dagger.
Harx is aware. Word of advice, don't breathe in when you drink.
Yeah, you know, that's a good idea.
But you think I know that by now?
I wonder what changed. So he kind of stares off with a smile a little bit.
He pulls out the card. Kind of looks at it. a lot of death and a lot of loved ones lost. That displays on the card, not you're gonna say that out loud.
Oh, kind of fades to that. Let's see. Maybe I will take their little request then.
Just be careful with whatever you do.
I'm always careful. Jack just looks at him. You're not that careful, boss.
I just want to say, for some reason, I highly doubt that.
Okay, look, I haven't died in a while.
Let's keep that track record current, shan't we?
Fine. Everything's fine. Jack, go bother Toby for a minute. Nods and, like, crawls down the side of the building like it's normal. Ace will grin. I don't know if I'll remember any of this. But no one hurts my family.
Yeah, that's what we're here to prevent. Make sure everyone still has a world to call home.
He's talking through the card at this point.
Mm-hmm.
Just because Sawyer's still nearby.
Fair.
What was I gonna say? Now, I like just completely blanked. I'm so sorry.
Come on. So good.
You mentioned you could travel through time. Were you just bullshitting me, or is there any truth to that?
Oh, trust me, there's no bullshit to that at all. For instance, we came back here at the behest. Yeah, at the behest of you.
Oh, and shit must have really hit the fan for me to want to change events.
Well, being as the leader of this town currently did not survive, and his son was thrust into the position, it is certain to make sure the city stays as partially standing, and the important people within it remain the same as well. I believe that could give quite a bit of advantage later on.
Well, wonder if I can use this to my advantage even now. He's kind of staring down at the two.
In what way?
How much do you know about them?
Those two?
Yeah. Jack, you probably actually don't know much about his past. You know that he and Ace have been together for a long time.
Of the three of you, I only know one of you the most. I know very little about Jack's past, and he hesitates. I know nothing of Toby.
Let's see.
Been mentioned, but otherwise it's just as mentioned.
Do you know anything about the elves in Arcadia?
How much would he know of the elves in Arcadia? Other than Keldor being...
You know Keldor, obviously. You know Theo. We're from there. You're aware that Kendall is alive and is their brother, and he's also one of the major enemies of you guys, and does a lot of rumored experimentation on people.
You're referring to Keldor's family?
I am.
Well, I know dark experimentations, and his, at least where we're from, his brother, Kendall, is alive. Don't know how well, but is a major threat.
Well, you see, they're one of the reasons that Jack is the way he is. He used to just be a normal Underdark elf. Once upon a time. His mother being the other reason. I found that boy in a cage. Not necessarily possessed by something, but he is protected by something. Well, they definitely had an influence on that. Although I've already taken care of the mother. She was a lovely, lovely woman. Toby's a bit... Oh, sorry. My nose is so stuffed up. Toby... is a bit of a child that sort of snapped. Well, his father didn't help that situation. Became quite abusive after his sister died. Toby's sister, I mean. Until he eventually decided to murder his father in cold blood and then burn his house down. So, neither of them seem to regret what happened, but it'd be something to keep in mind during your jumps. His mother's still alive. He just doesn't want to see her. Not with the thing attached to his soul. Attached to his whole soul or heart? I think it was his heart. Yeah. It protects him, but it eventually maybe his demise. Not sure if that's what happened, but it's a possibility. Very risky process to remove it. I wonder though, if it never found him, what would have happened?
If he would have found you.
I'd like to think that I had prolonged it. But I was the one who found them. Maybe. I wonder if we'd still have the same relationship if they found me instead. Who knows?
Well, that all depends. How tough would you have acted if they had found you instead of you finding them?
I guess it depends on how much quicker I would have learned the information and located them first before a lot of these things happened. Smirks.
Harx just kind of jots down these requests in a book. Tucks it away.
He's not completely cold-hearted.
No, he knows.
He never was.
Yeah.
He's given a reason to still go for him. But before they had these issues, might be interesting. Of course, the downside. Jack's an elf, so it won't affect him terribly, but they're kind of immortal. Might have to fix that later if they don't have these issues. I'm sure I'll figure something out. And then he kind of gives this look of like, oh, I guess I could steal some of my brother's experiments. Which, the funny thing is, because you wouldn't know who these people are, he says that, and you, like, give him this, I imagine give him this look because it's that, you have a brother?
Yeah.
Hold on.
Listen to where you got a brother.
You have two, actually. Both don't like me very much.
If I'm making a request,
Hmm.
make sure that boy's parents stay alive. Both of them. Please try and help his father stay alive.
Why is that?
Doesn't have him where we're from.
I can't make any promises. Not sure what happened to them after all. Like I said, I'm not sure if I'll even remember any of this.
Probably not. You most definitely won't where we're from.
So that it may
So-
not matter what all is being said here. Well,
That's
to me at least.
more than likely. They at least know they survived this. But us being here has most likely already altered things.
And you're not sure if your friend would disappear if one of them were to die, I assume?
No. Not sure at all.
Well, at the very least, even if he did survive, they wouldn't know who he was. Not sure what's worse in that scenario, actually. Well, you should take advantage of this and get to know some of the people that didn't survive in your time.
I already avoided reopening old wounds and old attachments before we left to come back here. Not sure if I want to start any fresh ones.
I guess that's completely up to you. Never hurts to find out a bit of information on people, especially if you're trying to save them.
Speaking of saving someone, you should do your best to keep the big one alive today. Or tomorrow, or if anything were to happen.
Oh yeah, he's probably the most interesting. He's the one that he's one of the reasons I keep following this group around.
You don't have to tell me that. I know both of you rather well.
Just smirks. I knew Red Char would work at some point.
Well, from the stories that I hear, it was his on you.
Dot, dot, dot. On the card.
Like, wait a minute. Oh, wait a minute.
Interesting. I don't know how to feel about that. Well, I guess I better get these two prepared. Toby's been itching for a bit of a fight anyways.
Good.
Good luck. And he just jumps off the side because of monk bullshit. Lands by them.
It's fine. He totally didn't tell that to him as far as the avoided the reopening of old wounds thing because he wouldn't remember it.
Yeah.
Oh, one person who's not gonna remember that way is out in the open.
Yeah.
Mm.
But yeah. I will say, considering that it's almost 11, I don't think I am going to start a fight now. So I will let you guys continue any other RP you wish to have, and then we will end.
Fuck you, love.
Who did Reyan go seek out? Because Mihi is flying around, apparently, never, and only resting every little here and there, apparently.
Where is
People still
Mihi
just
right now?
Probably wandering the city.
Yeah, either that or on a coffee break in the nearest available library that she's aware of.
The only library is downstairs. So you'd have to go back inside and in here.
Oh yeah, that's right. Coffee break.
Yeah. I mean, you are aware that Harx is probably up on the roof. I imagine people saw him go up there.
Yeah.
He wouldn't have hidden the fact he went up there. He just kind of.
Fuck, it would be dark. It's dark at this point, right?
It's been dark.
Yeah, it is night.
So she would have come in when she definitely realized she can't see shit. So she'd be in there reading the day, otherwise bothered.
Okay, then you would have come in when Sawyer landed or something, sometime after that, because it's been nighttime.
Ah shit, alright. Well, yeah.
She's been inside,
Sure.
so she is. Okay, neat! We just. Okay, hi. just ducking around a bookcase and slumping to the ground for a second.
You seem perturbed.
I am learning a lot of information about a lot of things today. The cleric that came in today, is trying to be quiet and keep an eye out to make sure that nobody's paying
it is a
attention.
open doorway.
Yeah. That was my father.
I see.
Does she even know what a father is? just kind of came into existence.
There's a pause as she's still flipping through her book. What's that exactly?
Right. Okay. It's basically... Basically, I don't know how to describe. I never had to describe a father. Usually a male person that's sires a child for one and then helps raise it. I guess is a good way to put it. I don't know. I'm sorry.
You'd kind of understand that because Elijah has explained that, like, some people become parents and have children.
Yeah.
So it kind of makes sense.
There goes what I was going to say because my brain just like, right.
Sorry.
Yeah, it's fine. Right. Question.
Answer?
She's going to like turn her book over to you and just kind of basically be pointing at a letter Z.
Mm-hmm.
How do you say this letter?
It depends. It's the letter Z. So a lot of the times it feels like a buzzing Z sound.
Right. There are not many words that use it, are there?
Not a ton. At least not regularly. There are some, but it's... Eh?
Actually, quite a few.
In common speaking language, though.
Size, categorize.
I was thinking more words that started with it. That was my bad.
Zebra.
What the fuck's a
Zebra.
zebra?
Exactly.
It exists. You just don't know what that is, probably.
Do you want me to help you for a little while? I will have to sleep eventually, if I can sleep. I'd rather do anything other than be out there right now.
So you're saying the distraction would be of benefit?
A little bit, yes.
She's going to mage hand or do some weird mystical magical mumbo jumbo. Because I forgot how the fuck I was going to flavor her wizard shit. But she's going to mage hand a random book off a shelf. which I realize may or may not be in common to begin with, but we'll see. And he's just gonna lay that down in front of her.
Your Reyan's teaching her how to read.
Yeah,
Trying.
we can start.
Yeah.
Alright.
Okay. He'll be there for a little bit. Teaching her
Yeah.
how words are pronounced and stuff.
Until he starts passing out on her. Because it's been a long day.
Yeah.
He has had a very long day.
Oh my god. I think I'm just getting sick at this point.
Oh.
Yeah. I'm debating whether Sawyer would actually go over to Harx for any reason, or if he'd stay distant.
I will say, Sawyer probably noticed that Harx is having no issue seeing a decent distance.
Yeah.
That's not a normal thing for people.
It's not. Give me a moment, I need to deal with nosy issues.
Nos, feel like nosy.
Ugh, it's been terrible.
Reyan will probably start making rounds, making sure people are sleeping.
Eventually.
Probably find out wherever Julius has holed himself up, probably pass out with him.
Yeah. Imagine Zarvis is probably sitting with Cam somewhere while she sleeps. Which is probably like a nice little scene for you to see.
Yeah.
This is like the point where she was doing that.
It had started a little bit, yeah, because
He was comfortable.
Yeah. And she was starting to get comfortable, and that was a big thing for both of them, just being able to do that.
Yeah. Jax probably went back to bed. There's still a few scouts up and about, just to keep an eye out. It's mostly elves, so it's not unusual to see them awake. Yeah, for the most part though, everybody's resting that does sleep.
Mm-hmm.
By the time you do your rounds, Ran.
Mm-hmm.
How do you make a roll? Odds are even.
That's an odd question.
Does Sawyer go over there and talk to him?
This emo boy go talk to him.
You know... Yes, that was a 3. Yeah. Kind of just wander over. And sits down by you. Are you able to see as well as you are appearing to?
Very much so.
Even my vision has its limits.
However far 120 feet out this direction would be, he'll point out in that direction and make note, like, I can... Well, mine has a bit of limit, but I can see out to about that point there.
Kind of squints as he tries to, like, see where you're pointing.
Mm-hmm.
I can't quite see that far. At least it becomes harder to. Because his is just normal dark vision.
Mm-hmm.
If you need to rest, though, I don't mind keeping watch for the night. Sorry, my voice is gonna sound weird.
Oh, you're fine. You're fine.
Ugh.
I'll rest a bit. Just keep a note of things out and about. You know, we'll be here all night.
It gets cold out here at night.
I'm used to sleeping outdoors sometimes.
I see. Then you should take advantage of the little bit of comfort you have.
I may.
You and that vampire seem quite close.
Huh.
Sawyer with his fucking passive inventory.
More like he saw an item I had and apparently found me interesting. He really takes an interest in those who have very interesting items. Or at least those he can't explain away right away. Which I feel like isn't far off at the same time.
No, it's not. I don't know much about most of these people. But I'll take your word for it.
The thing I do know is apparently he's been keeping an eye on that group you came in with. Just keeping track. I know you have some interesting people with you as well.
I'm only interested in one of them.
Which one are you interested in? I know which one he's interested in most.
The one with the mechanical dog. Although she doesn't remember me.
Mm. And she's interested in the bigger one.
He does seem a bit like the flamboyant type, doesn't he?
Couldn't tell if that was the reason, or there was something off about him.
He was referring to Ace with that.
Yeah, he was too.
Yeah, okay. Isn't there something off about all of us in some way?
Oh, you don't have to tell me.
Well, as long as she survives, I won't have to bite anything's head off.
I don't see a reason why none of us won't survive.
If it wasn't such a far distance, I would have them contact my father for help. But he'd get here much too late.
Hmm.
No, the vampires should be careful. The big one is my half-brother. Because they knew about that at this point.
Yep.
And I don't take kindly to family being messed with.
Well, on the bright side, it didn't seem that his intentions were ill, just more an interest.
Let's keep it that way.
I'd recommend biting someone's head off isn't exactly the cleanest ways of killing.
You can say it's in my nature.
I was going to say bite a bit lower, make sure you catch the heart in the bite.
I probably
Cleaner
won't
kill.
actually do it. Not a big fan of these fiery creatures. They have a nasty taste in my mouth. Ice dragon! Fire, not good.
But eating a ghost pepper. That was out of character, I should specify.
Okay, good.
It's like, what is a ghost pepper? Don't worry about it.
Right, I should introduce myself, huh? It is a custom movement.
In some places.
Sawyer.
He'll extend a hand. Hawks.
He'll shake it, but he doesn't. He's like, fine, I guess. Kind of that attitude.
Hmm. You mentioned contacting your father for help.
What of it?
Any others within reasonable distance you might be able to?
I could try to locate the Dragon Guardian, but she's not exactly... Not all the Guardians are protective in nature, per se. They protect the land. People, not so much. Well, others protect the people. Just depends on their mentality. They're kind of watching some of the wolves run through. Dogs, whatever. Locating her, though, would take too much time, I think.
More than likely.
A large plain, a lot of ground to cover. Not a lot of time to look. And then it's the convincing part.
Certainly would be a boon if they were able to help, but I can understand the reasoning why not.
It's not unusual to request it, but at the moment I'm in her territory. I don't exactly have the place to request the help. If that makes sense.
It does.
You can say there's a mutual respect that comes with it.
What kind of dragon are they?
I believe she was. Let me go look here. Because you guys actually have her with you. Where's her token? It's somewhere around here.
Is here somewhere.
Oh yeah, she's a bronze.
Hmm.
I think unless she's directly threatened, she may not get involved, though. There are quite a few dragons like that.
Sand.
Hmm?
Alright, sorry, hold on. Ah, fuck. I just had a big shot of pain just go through my leg.
Ooh.
Oh. We hate those.
It was how I was sitting, and then I stretched out my leg, and then just pain just right through the leg. And that's quite understandable. Put yourself at more risk interfering in things that aren't at your doorstep, so to speak. As what was seen, I doubt even another dragon would ward off an attack. They would still continue to do everything in their power to destroy this place.
That they would. I can probably subdue most of them. But my breath has its limits.
These reasonable peers. While I can do hand-to-hand combat, I would much rather be able to, from a distance, pick things up.
I'll most likely stick to the air myself. At most, they'll have to use ranged spells to hit me at least.
Be wary. Apparently a lich was seen amongst their ranks.
Lich?
Indeed. Not sure what that entails, but it's a little concerning that they're there at all.
Maybe the one leading the army.
Very big possibility.
Or something else is.
Very possible they're leading just a portion of it. Feeling the more we thin out what comes at us, the more likely whoever's leading it will show their head.
Sorry.
Well,
I get the feeling we'll send the smaller cannon fodder first. Take out what they can, then attack us while we're weak. At least that's a normal strategy in battle.
it is.
I guess we'll have to just see how this goes.
Indeed.
What a pain in the ass.
Yeah.
Well, if you do wish to get down to the ground, find a way to signal my attention.
He'll nod.
I'm going downstairs to make sure that she's actually resting. Stands up. Cause he remembers how Cray was. Cause Cray is
Yeah.
Tinker. I'll send someone up here soon to take your place. For the watch, I mean.
Much appreciated.
You'll just kind of give him a little nod and he'll head in. Bug Cray if she's awake, or just like lay down by her.
Given what she's dealt with hasn't changed. No, they just got here a little earlier, is all.
Yeah.
And the library was occupied, so she was like, no.
Oh, well, that works out, because that's a good place to call it, if there's anything else.
Hi, Spire.
And things broke.
Yep. But, yeah. Next time we will get into the fight.
The only other thing is Mihi in this time has started running an illegal cardstock business.
Fuck yeah.
For all of your illegal business card needs.
Fuck yeah.
Hello?
Hi.
We lost her.
Yep. Oh. I was going to be ending the game. Well, thank you guys for all coming and hanging out on the stream. And I hope you all
That's not what I typed.
have a good night. You quit?
That's just quite.
Hello?
Hey!
Hello.
Say bye to the stream!
My stream!